everybody. So my thought for today is you can't teach what you don't know, and you can't lead where you won't go. And so for those of us that are like parents or leaders here, or leaders in our own life, or trying to lead our own path, I was fortunate growing up to like have a lot of people to look at in the lifestyle that I was about to lead, I was about to live. There was a lot of examples, there was gang members, there was violence in my home. So growing up, I watched and I learned from these people that were my elders, and I had a mother that was, just one of them direct, in your face, this is what it is. And she would tell me things like, don't talk about it, be about it. She would tell me things like, can't stop, won't stop. It is what it is. Roll with the punches. And so through my life and my life experience, I learned how to survive. I learned how to survive really well. I learned how to survive so well that I didn't know how to live. So when I came to Homeboys, when I walked through these doors, I knew how to survive. But I didn't understand what living meant. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what that looked like. I didn't know how to do it. Through my life experiences, they shaped me. They shaped the way I maneuvered through the world. They shaped the way I seen the world. And through my experiences here at Homeboy, they begin to reshape me. The experiences I had with people here, they begin to teach me how to live. Through the challenges that I faced here, through my own struggles, my internal struggles, the battles that I had to endure, they helped teach me how to live. What's interesting, and so one of the things I think about, and G was talking about this yesterday, is that we create a community right here, right, of hope. And we have all these sayings like hope has an address, hope in the flesh. But what does that mean? For me growing up, I had to see it. Like I had to see it, I had to experience it, I had to submerge myself fully in it for me to really understand what the life was. And same went for when I came here. I had to fully submerge myself into this life, into this culture. I had to go through some shit. Like that's the truth, When we think of that word hope, it sounds like very, I don't know, like it sounds divine, and it is divine. And it sounds like flowers and sunshine, and it is all those things. But I started to ask myself, like, what is hope really? Like, what creates hope? And it's us going through shit and coming out on the other side of it that I believe creates hope. And it's a trip because I went into the Bible and I remember reading something when I was in my cell many, many years ago, and I didn't really understand it until recently. And this fool, Paul the Apostle, was in prison, right? And he was writing letters to these churches. And there's this scripture that always stuck with me, and I used to because he says something about like suffering and count it all joy when you go through trials and tribulations. And I remember being in the joint and being like, fuck, count it all joy, homie. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm in the joint, you're in the joint. Like, how do you count it all joy? And so, but when I started to realize being here at Homeboy, that going through suffering and enduring suffering and getting to the other side of it is actually what creates hope. And I started to understand what he was writing. And I say that to say this, is that us here, we walk through the doors, or some of us that have got out of prison, we have a plan in our mind, how it's gonna be, what it's gonna look like. And then something happens. People in recovery, they say life shows up. Nah, homie, we show up. Life been happening. Life been showed up. The seasons teach us that. God been providing. We show up, and then sometimes it becomes overwhelming that we give up. So we never get to the real hope. What this place represents is real hope. Tangible, reach out and touch it type of hope. You feel me? Like I can see it. Because so many people here have overcome so much. We always talk about the secret sauce. That's the secret sauce. That's why when I roll up here and I start to walk up the sidewalk, I feel inspired. And I don't even know why sometimes. It's because of the hope that's real that lives here. Or that phrase, hope has an address, like there's actually weight to that. We're living proof of that. So I'm gonna read this real quick. And it says, we can rejoice when we run into problems, for we know that they help us develop endurance. Endurance develops strength of character, and character strengthens our confidence in hope. And this hope will not disappoint. So let's be hope today, everybody.